Today, the courts didn't just hear cases, they exposed fault lines in judicial recruitment, in courtroom authority, in the growing misuse of AI, and in the way power, privacy, and discipline are being tested inside the justice system. This is not one of those days when legal news stays buried in law books. Because what happened today is really about trust. Trust in judges, trust in court orders, trust in recruitment, and trust in the system itself. This is KanoonPlus, where we don't just list orders, we decode what they really mean. And today's story begins at the top, with the Supreme Court of India. The first signal comes from Gujarat, where a fight over civil judge recruitment has now reached the Supreme Court of India. Candidates have challenged the process, saying the shortlist for Viva Voce appears to be smaller than the number of vacancies themselves, and that raises a serious question right at the entry gate of the judiciary. If the pool of interview candidates is narrower than the seats available, was the competition really as open and transparent as it should have been? That is why this story matters. Judicial recruitment is not just about jobs, it is about who enters the institution that later decides everyone else's rights. And once that process is questioned, the concern is no longer personal, it becomes institutional. The next development strengthens the idea that court orders are not meant to be outsmarted. The Supreme Court of India has made it clear that even non-parties can face contempt proceedings if they knowingly help violate a court order. In simple terms, you cannot stand outside the case, help break the order from the shadows, and then claim safety because your name was never on the file. That is a sharp warning. Not just for litigants, but for agents, facilitators, middlemen, and anyone who thinks a court's authority can be bypassed indirectly. And then comes the most explosive signal of the day, one that goes straight to the future of the judiciary itself. The Supreme Court of India has flagged a trial court's reliance on AI-generated fake judgments and warned that such conduct may amount to serious judicial misconduct. That line should worry everyone. Because fake citations are not like ordinary typing mistakes. A fake judgment, once it enters legal reasoning, can mislead one case, then another, and then slowly poison the credibility of precedent itself. The message from the court is blunt. Technology may assist, but verification remains a human duty. The moment fake AI material enters judicial work, the credibility of justice comes under pressure. And this warning may become even more important in the years ahead, because AI is entering legal systems faster than the rules needed to control it. The fourth Supreme Court of India signal is about enforcement. The court has held that a high court's contempt jurisdiction does not disappear merely because the Supreme Court later affirms that high court's order. In plain language, the high court still retains the power to enforce what it directed. Parties cannot treat affirmation by the Supreme Court as some clever route to weaken the original court's authority. That ruling matters because courts do not function on judgments alone. They function on enforceability. And without enforcement, even the strongest order becomes an empty ritual. But here's the real question. Are you just watching the system, or are you watching it evolve? If you want to stay ahead of the curve and understand the laws that govern your life, without the textbook boredom, subscribe to KanoonPlus. Because this is bigger than headlines. This is about power, rights, and the future of the system itself. Now let's move to the high courts, because the signals there were just as sharp. In Madhya Pradesh, the High Court issued a show cause notice to an advocate who appeared despite a subsisting criminal contempt conviction. And the court said the conduct appeared to be an attempt to intimidate it. That is not an ordinary courtroom disagreement. That is the court signaling that advocacy has limits, and once conduct crosses into pressure, overawing, or intimidation, it stops being argument and starts becoming an attack on the institution itself. The same High Court delivered another powerful internal message, this time to the judiciary. It recommended a disciplinary inquiry against a trial judge for ignoring High Court directions in injunction violation proceedings. That tells us something very important. Judicial discipline is not expected only from lawyers and litigants. It is expected within the judicial hierarchy too. If a lower court ignores clear directions from a superior court, the issue is no longer just legal error. It becomes institutional indiscipline. Then comes Madras High Court, with a ruling that reminds us law is also about dignity. In a POCSO matter, the court imposed a cost of 25,000 rupees on an accused for revealing the survivor's name in the cause title, and directed that amount to be paid to the victim. This is powerful for a reason. It does not merely notice the violation, it attaches a consequence to it. In sexual offense cases, especially under POCSO, identity protection is not a technical formality. It is part of justice itself. Once privacy collapses, dignity collapses with it. And the court has made it clear that such breaches will not be treated casually. And finally, another Madras High Court development takes us into the world of permissions, paperwork, and alleged regulatory fraud. The court has ordered a CBI probe into alleged fake NOCs issued for petrol pump licenses after finding prima facie irregularities in the licensing process. At first glance, it may look like a licensing dispute, but it is much bigger than that. If fake no-objection certificates can enter a regulatory system, then trust in the entire approval chain begins to weaken. That is why the court has pulled in an independent agency. Because one fake clearance is rarely just one fake clearance, it often points to a deeper breakdown behind the file. The verdict. If you step back, today's bulletin is about one thing: control over the system. Who gets to enter the judiciary? Who gets to defy court orders? Who gets to misuse AI? Who gets to intimidate courts? Who gets to ignore superior court directions? Who gets to violate survivor privacy? And who gets to manipulate licensing through fake approvals? The answer the courts gave today is simple: not without consequences. This big question. Should AI-generated fake judgments trigger automatic disciplinary scrutiny? Yes or no? And if yes, where should it begin? A warning, a formal inquiry, or immediate suspension? Because the bigger issue is not AI alone. The bigger issue is whether justice can remain credible in the age of artificial intelligence. Tell me your take in the comments, and for the legal news explained with clarity, consequence, and real meaning, subscribe to KanoonPlus.